Hi, everyone. Welcome to this edition. And today we're going to talk about what is network marketing.
What is network marketing? You know, even some people who are in network marketing don't really understand what it is.
And even those who understand what it is, we may be able to shed some light on aspects of network marketing you haven't thought about lately.
So if you were to ask somebody, what is network marketing? You would probably get as many answers as the number of people that you asked. For example, if you ask somebody who has been in network marketing, has done their due diligence, and learned what they need to learn, and did the work to create something that was successful, then that person may say something like, network marketing is the most wonderful thing in the world, where anybody who has very little money can have financial freedom.
Absolutely. And if you talk to somebody who's tried and maybe they didn't kind of apply the right approach, or maybe they just have not made it work, they might say, oh yeah, well, network marketing, tried that, didn't work, doesn't work, next.
Right. Yeah. Nobody makes any money. Maybe a couple of people right at the top.
Right.
Heard that one.
And sometimes people who know nothing about network marketing may say, oh, it's a pyramid. It's a scam. It's one of those things, right?
Aha.
Yeah.
We've heard that one before. So it's so interesting when people say something like that. Every time I've questioned somebody who has said that and asked them, what is a pyramid scheme? They actually don't have an answer. So there's a big difference between a network marketing company, which is a very legitimate business. So let me just say this. One very simple explanation of what is network marketing is that it is a business model that relies on individuals like you and I, face to face, or, you know, one-on-one, selling a product. And most people probably work from home. Mm. That's basic.
Yeah, it's one of the oldest forms of business in human history, really. It started way before the internet, way before telephones. It's people telling other people about stuff that works for them. Mm-hmm. It's just word of mouth referrals, recognition that this worked for me, might work for you. At its essence, that's what it is. It's sharing with other people the things that they find are good in their lives. And, you know, most of us do this anyway, all the time, without any structure called network marketing. We tell people about stuff that works because we want to be friendly. We want to help our friends. That's what friends do to friends. We also tell people about stuff that doesn't work. So it's not anything different than what most people are already doing. We've just got a structure here that allows us to monetize it and put the advertising money that would normally go to the big companies and the media and the big advertisers, and that money is shared among us instead of to the true pyramid, which is where all that money goes to the top, to the advertisers and the media and the corporations. So enlightened companies have said, well, instead of that, which we know doesn't work really well, let's just share that money that we would have spent with the people who actually refer it to other people. They share it anyway. Let's give them the money. And, you know, they'll probably do more of it. And it's true. People do a lot more, but they don't do anything they wouldn't do anyway. See, that's the thing to remember. People are not out of integrity. I would not be able to sell something that I really didn't believe would help somebody. I wouldn't refer it to my friends, and I certainly wouldn't feel comfortable referring it to a stranger. So network marketing, in its essence, as Krista said, is doing what we already do, which is friends telling friends about stuff that works for them.
Okay, so I have another explanation of network marketing, which is that it's an organizational structure. See, it's called network marketing for a reason. It's structured as a network. So we create a matrix, and each individual within that matrix is a point of light. And each of those points of light are connected to the other points of light. This is the magic. And this is where the real power of network marketing is the power of that matrix. It's the power of that network. Because in order for one person in that network to be successful, everybody in that network has to be successful. It's amazing. It's powerful. It's a powerful, powerful model.
And as we see around us, the old structures are crumbling. Big companies, big government, big everything seems to be falling apart because there's a limit as to how much they can consolidate the power and control. See, one of the things that Krista just mentioned is about the networks and about a sort of a more cooperative, a more heartfelt business model. Instead of competition, which is the old model, which is dog eat dog, one little position at the top, the real pyramid, and everybody wants to get ahead because that's where the money and power are. But as I said, there's only one position at the top. So people get very, very competitive, very vicious even, to get to that position, to climb that hierarchy. And while that works for the people who do make it to the top, it really doesn't work for the great mass of people at the bottom, and even the people in the middle. Network marketing, on the other hand, is a different dynamic. There's no competition. There's no limit. There's no one position at the top. It's not like that. When we build these matrix, or this matrix of light that Krista talked about, this network, this community, the whole community prospers. Nobody can prosper unless the rest of the community prospers. Now, that dynamic changes everything. Instead of competition and dog eat dog and struggle and stress and all that stuff, suddenly it's about being open-handed and open-hearted and sharing and generosity and contribution and cooperation. And suddenly the relationships begin to blossom and bloom in a totally different way. And suddenly the power of the group emerges. All the support and the strength and the energy and the magic of the group is what builds these networks and holds them together.
Yeah, it's what we call a decentralized system. And what we're seeing now in the world is what's arising, is the decentralized systems where everybody prospers. So, we're one of the originals.
The limits of centralization have been reached. I mean, it's fascinating. Look around at all the structures and all the old kind of business and governance and societal structures that they're straining and struggling and falling apart. And while that's entertaining, I'm much more fascinated with what's emerging. What are the new structures, new systems, and the new ways of organizing that are emerging? Network marketing's been around 60, 70 years in a small way, but in the last few decades, it's really come into its own. Hundreds of millions of people around the world moving billions and billions of dollars of products and goods and services that are unique and make a huge difference. And see, that's the key. If I were a manufacturer or an inventor, I would want to use network marketing to get my product or service out because guess what? I only pay for performance. I only pay when something's actually referred and sold. Unlike traditional business, remember that advertising model I mentioned, they have to put tons of money in. They don't know which money works, but they manage to get some sales out of the advertising. It's very ineffective, and all the rewards go to guess who? The advertisers, not to me and you. And guess what? Only a certain small group of products or services are able to be distributed because of the nature of that model. And as Krista said, decentralization is the way of the future. These big multinational corporations are decoupling. Even countries are decoupling. They're coming apart because they know that as organizations get bigger, they're less responsive, less agile, and actually, believe it or not, less effective. They may have tremendous power, but they don't innovate. They're not able to respond. They're hidebound and they're locked up. Network marketing with independent people doing independent things on their own way, their own style, are completely free to do what works for them and what works best. And what we're finding is the innovation, the excitement, the enthusiasm, truly the magic is emerging through network marketing.
Wow, Michael just said something important, which is that we get paid on the sale of product. And I want to come back to the whole thing that you mentioned earlier about pyramid schemes. So if no product changes hands, if no product gets sold, then we don't make any money. And that, just that little piece there in of itself, is no different to any other business out there. And therein lies the difference between network marketing and what is commonly called a pyramid scheme.
An easy way to tell if you have a pyramid scheme is that there's, well, let me back up. The way to tell you've got a legitimate network marketing business is if there's a real product or service and there's a real person that uses it in a real life situation and it has a real world sale. That's the difference. A pyramid scheme often is people put money in. There's no real value to they may even have a product, but it's super overpriced or totally unusable. It's an excuse for the money. And those are unethical and often illegal. This is a completely legal, regulated business where real products for real people at real prices. That's the difference. It's a legitimate business distribution system, distributing goods and services. So if you have any confusion, be aware that, again, it's been around about 60, 70 years, it's regulated, and it's in almost every country on the planet. So
network marketing is not a pyramid scheme.
That's right.
It's a very legitimate business, and it's not designed to fail any more than any other business is.
As a matter of fact,
just going back to one of the examples we said at the beginning.
Yeah, network marketing has a much more powerful loyalty, brand loyalty, much more powerful base, and often lasts longer and grow bigger and faster than standard businesses. So we've told you what network marketing is, a little bit about how it works, a little bit about the difference between an illegal, unethical pyramid scheme and a network marketing business. Now let's talk about how to be successful in a network marketing business.
Well, first of all, to be successful in network marketing, it's important to have some understanding of what this thing called network marketing is. So arm yourself with knowledge, because in that way you will avoid the pyramid schemes and scams and things that are out there if you know a little bit about what this is all about. And then what I'd suggest you do is that you join a company, you find somebody who is where you want to be, ask them what they did to get there, and then be willing to do what it takes to get to the same place, right? Be willing to do the work. This is the key, right? The success in network marketing is based solely on the work that you are prepared to do. And again, you know, if we're looking at other business models, this is no different. It relies on our willingness to do what it takes.
And what it takes often is to make ourselves open to looking at the world of business in a new way. It's not sales, and it's not a traditional business. It's not a 9-to-5 thing, and it doesn't require money to get involved. It doesn't require a lot of capital, I should say, to get involved. It doesn't require any certain background or skill set or being born in the right place or education or credit history, none of that. As Krista said, it really involves two things. One is find the right vehicle, find a good company that has a product that you like or appreciate. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use it yourself. For example, if it's ladies' clothes and you don't wear ladies' clothes, that's fine. As long as you like and identify with the products and you're open and willing to recommending them to people who are looking for them. And number two, as Krista said, is find somebody who will help you to apply the skills that they teach you and the support they offer you, and then do the work. Now, what I know is most people are willing to work hard. As a matter of fact, most people are working very hard, but they're not getting ahead. So it's focus. This is about focused work. This is about doing the right thing in the right way at the right time with the right vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So find a vehicle, find a coach or a mentor in that company or in that line that you can work with, and then follow what they say and then apply yourself.
You just said something really interesting, which was that find a product that you can relate to. Like, find a product that you care about, and preferably that you can fall in love with, because that will make an incredible difference when you're wanting to build a business. If you have passion about what you're sharing with people, then that will kind of motivate you, first of all, to find out more about that product. And then it will give you the energy that you need to actually go out and share it with people. Because as Michael was saying at the beginning, we love to share things that we're passionate about with other people, right? It's a natural human tendency. So what I would like to do is kind of recap some of the features of what we've talked about network marketing. So first of all, it's person to person, right? It's one-on-one. I share something with you. If you like it, you buy it, not necessarily from me, you can, but from the manufacturer. Usually it's direct to people from the manufacturer. And so we make money from that, right? So we make money from the sale of a product. We make money from a product that I would sell to you, whether you get it directly from the company or not. I also make money off product that is shared by somebody that I sponsored into the business, somebody that wants to be an independent business person, somebody that wants to build a business. They share the product with somebody who buys the product, then I get a little piece of that as well. And not only that, if that person does the same thing, we all get a little piece of that as well. And so if we look at this whole matrix that we talked about, where each person is an independent business owner, this beacon of light that has something that's going to hugely benefit other people. And I mentioned we're all connected. Those points of light are all connected. And so this, again, is the magic of the matrix. Every single person in that matrix profits, right? We all benefit from what everybody does. And it is a structure, if you will, of accountability. So I'm an independent business person, and I get to say how I want to do my business, right? I mean, where I want to work, how many hours I want to work, who I want to work with, et cetera, et cetera. My business, my choices. However, because of the power of this network and this matrix, whatever I do impacts the rest of the matrix, right? It's like, I guess I imagine it's like driving a car. So you're an independent person, you own your car, you're in there, you're driving on your own. However, everything you do is going to impact everyone else on the road, right? So our transport system is kind of like this matrix. And so it is in a similar way with what we do. So what that does is it calls us to be the very best me that I can be, because my integrity is impacting the whole network. My choices are impacting the whole network. How I am in my business, in my relationships, in my communication, in my leadership skills. These are all things that we learn as part of building a business here. This requires us to really step up, because not only does it hugely benefit us in all areas of our life, but it also has a direct impact on our success and on how this beautiful matrix sustains itself.
So there it is. We've talked about what is network marketing, what it isn't, how to be successful, how to get going, and then how it all works to build us the kind of residual income that allows for a lifestyle of freedom and choice. So until next time, we want to encourage you to take action, to find somebody with a networking opportunity that you can relate to and ask them how to get started. So we'll see you next time, and bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.